Hi, in this video I will show you how to create a work center, how to set up a work center, and how to update the information of a work center. So at first we need to enter into the manufacturing module, so we can do it in two ways. We can click on the manufacturing module icon, or we can type manufacture directly, and it's going to show us a pop-up window showing the module itself. So once inside the manufacturing module, we can go into the configurations menu that's on top, and we can select the work center option. In here, we are going to see all of our work centers that we have available in this specific company. Okay, and to create a new one, we just need to create a new on the top left. And here is the work center form to create a new work center. So the first thing that we need to add for this specific work center is the name. Usually the name refers to the activity that's going to be done. Okay, so let's suppose that this work center that we are going to create is for mixing. So let's put mixing room, right? That's the name of our work center, mixing room. Next, we can set up a tag. A tag is basically the an identification on the type of products that are going to be manufactured inside this work center. This is completely optional, right? And we can set up an alternative work center. Basically, what this means is if this work center is in maintenance, the workers of this specific work center can go to another one that we have created and do the work that is usually done in this, for example, mixing room, into another work center. So let's suppose that for this case, the assembly station 4 has the space to gather the workers of the mixing room in case this one is having a maintenance break. We can set up a code to identify, so we can put something like this. It can be a short name instead of mixing room to identify it, and we can define the working hours. It's standard 40 hours per week, but we can be more detailed if we use the appointment resource default calendar, right? It's going to take the hours of the workers and calculate the cost based on the work hours. And the company, we can select a specific company. In this case, it's going to be Item San Antonio, but if I delete it, it's going to be visible to all companies. In this case, I want to have it only for San Antonio. In here, we are going to see the production information and the costing information. This is completely optional, right? This is basically the time efficiency of the work center itself. If we have that KPI established, we can put it over here, and we can add a setup time and a cleanup time for the work center itself. The costing information is basically how much it's going to cost per hour to maintain the work center itself and the employees rate, right? So if I want to add, let's suppose that based on the services inside the work center is going to cost 40 hours per hour to maintain the work center, and the workers are going to earn $50 per hour, okay, inside the work center itself. In here in operations, you will see that we have allow employees. In here we can add the employees that can work inside this work center, right? So in this case, we're going to add Mark Sanchez and shop floor users, okay? In this case, it means that the purchase user and sales user cannot do work inside this work center. They cannot approve works, they cannot approve manufacturing orders, they can complete work orders, nothing like that. And we can also put a description of the work center itself. We have the product capacity tab. In here we can add the products that can be manufactured inside this work center, right? We can add the product, the capacity in the unit of measure, right? The setup time and cleanup time if we have a time to kind of like set up the machines that are going to produce this product in specific. Okay, we can do all here. We can add as many products as we want. In equipment, it's basically we're going to add the machines that are going to be used in this in this work center. Okay. In this case, we are not going to need the specific equipment. And in maintenance, we are going to fulfill the information for the periodic maintenance needed for this work center, right? So in this case, we can select the effective day. We can select the maintenance team who is going to do the maintenance work, the specific technician that's going to do the maintenance labor. Uh, this is the basically to keep kind of like a count of the maintenance information, the expected mean time, right, between failures. Okay, so we can set up it's in days, right? We can set up every 60 days, for example, right? And yeah, basically we have these other fields that uh, can be configured um, when we establish a maintenance team. Okay, and we can register the latest failure, the estimated next failure, so it can be prepared. So we can anticipate and do maintenance before it breaks. Okay, so this is all the information that we need to create a work center, right? So if we are done, we can click on the cloud icon that's on the top left of the screen, and we already have our work center created. We can see here in the chatter, right, that the work center was created. Okay, so and in here we will see that we have our mixing room, right, which is it's already created. So let's suppose that I want to change information. I want to I want to add an equipment to this work center. Well, to update the information of our work center, simply we need to click on the work center that we want to edit, and we go to the specific tab or field that we want to edit, right? And we can start editing itself. So for example, if I want to add machine, I can add it. Let's add monitor. Let's add the equipment category, right? It's going to be used by an employee. The technician is going to be Mark Sanchez. Basically, the description, right, of the product itself. It's like a LCD 24-inch monitor. We can put the product information, which is going to be who is the vendor reference, the specific model, and the serial number to keep a traceability of this specific equipment. When it's going to be defective, so when it's going to be used to, the cost of the specific product, and the warranty date, right? And the maintenance, basically, it's similar to the work center. If we have a mean time between failures, the expected mean time, we can set it up in here, right? So as it is, we can leave it like this, save and close. So we have our equipment name that's going to be used inside the work center, right? We can save it manually again. So we hit the save button, and that's it. That's how you update a work center.